Welcome to our new series, A Warm Sip of Elul, Daily Elul Thoughts by Toiba Best. This is a special story in honor of the 4th and 5th of Elul, which I'll tell you at the end what it's all about. A great day of Kiddush Hashem, and joyous Kiddush Hashem, not now, please God. Many years ago, there was a young man in the supermarket in Montreal. Used to be called Steinberg's, then it became IGA. I don't know what year it happened. And there he was, and at that time in Van Horn Shopping Center, there were lots of not any longer observant Jewish people. Older people, a lot of them survivors, Holocaust survivors, living with unspeakable amounts of pain, etc. And then there were just those who sympathized with them. And so there was, a whole potpourri of people who, Yidden who no longer believed that it was a good idea to keep Torah mitzvahs. So there's an older gentleman, and he encountered the young man, and the young man is standing there waiting to pay, or shopping and waiting to pay. And the young man is with, young Lubavitcher man, he's with a lot of kinderlach, his own, nice sized family. So the older man starts speaking loud to him. He says, "How many do you have to have already before you're going to stop? How many?" And he keeps saying, "How many do you have to have already before you're going to stop?" Meaning, how many children do you have to have? Like, what's wrong with 2? Why do you have to have 6, 8, 10, 12? How many are you going to have before you're going to stop having children? So the young man waited. A crowd started to gather around, and it started to become a spectacle. And the young man waited as this was going on and being directed towards him. And the young man waited until the crowd had gathered around. And he looked the older man in the eye. And he said calmly, "How many do I have to have? How many children do I have to have?" 6 million. 6 million. And the crowd was all moved. That's our tafkid. Replace 6 million. Justify the 6 million. Am Yisrael Chai. Show that we are alive. Replace that. The 4th and 5th Elul are about. They're the days when the first mass in 1941 in Tafshin Aleph, when the first mass elimination of Yidden happened in the Ukraine. Over 23,000 and a half people in 2 days. I guess most of them Yidden. And that was the first of many such incidents. Like Elter Bubby was one of them. And what are we going to say about that? It's a day of great pain, and yet the Lubavitcher Rebbe insists that we turn all of this into a time of great movement forward. And people spoke about the idea that we should have an empty seat at the Pesach Seder for the 5th son who's not there. And also other people suggested for all those 6 million who would have been sitting at a Seder and they aren't, we should have an empty seat to commemorate, to not forget them. We will never forget. And Lubavitcher Rebbe said, no. Fill the seat up with somebody that normally wouldn't be there. No empty seats. Fill it up with a person who until this moment did not realize that he was a walking beacon of light. They targeted us, Yimach Shemon, that they knew that we're walking beacons of light. We're walking beacons of Kiddush Hashem. They knew that. And we stand at a moment in history now when they know it. Around the world, they know that. Very difficult for them to digest. And our answer is of course, yet we will never forget, we bring more light to the world. These are 2 days when great darkness engulfs the world. And through Kiddush Hashem, great darkness engulfs the world. We lost so many Yidden in 2 days. At the same time, every one of them went al Kiddush Hashem. And the Baal Shem Tov tells us, we no longer focus on dying al Kiddush Hashem. We focus on living Kiddush Hashem. That's our tafkid. Elul is that moment, that month, to step into the beauty of the relationship with Hashem, living Kiddush Hashem, to step proudly into being those beacons of light that everybody knows we are, those beacons of living Kiddush Hashem that everybody kind of knows we are, except for sometimes us. And the 4th and 5th of Elul are appropriate times, are good times, to step into that role fully, walking beacons of light and Kiddush Hashem. May we find ourselves in the Gula Mitzvah Shlema, this Elul way before Rosh Hashanah. Right now. Thanks so much.